Hello, everybody. I'm JackieKCooper here with
Amber Howell.
And it is Tell All Tuesday.
It is. We are back.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
There is so much stuff on television now to watch. It is the best. You just need to just plow in.
Jackie, you know I don't have time. You have to pick one thing for me, and then maybe I can lock in.
Well, I told you that you need to watch We Were Liars.
We Were Liars. We Are Liars or We Were?
Liars.
Is that based on a book?
Yes.
Because I read that book.
Did you really?
In 5th grade.
It's that old?
It's old. We Were Liars.
Did it start with the girl being like she drowned, almost drowned?
I didn't read that book. I read The Hate List.
Okay.
Do you know what book that is?
No.
Okay. Never mind. We Were Liars.
Okay. Then I've got another new one.
Okay.
The Waterfront.
The Waterfront. Never heard of that one.
All right. When you were younger, did you read Nancy Drew books?
A few.
Okay. When I was young, which was decades before you were young, I read Hardy Boy books.
I've heard of the Hardy Boy books. I've never read them.
Right. They were teenagers who solved crimes.
Uh-huh.
And the great thing about the Hardy Boy books were every chapter ended on a cliffhanger.
So you want to read the next?
So you got to read the next chapter. You know, like he opened the door and a rock fell on him. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, is he dead or what? And then you got to go to the next chapter. And then they said, but it only grazed him. And he went blah, 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 and then go down. And then someone lunged for him as he was walking down the road. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, this series is called The Waterfront. Mm-hmm. It is by Kevin Williamson.
Okay.
Do you know that name?
No.
All right. Have you ever heard of a little series called Dawson's Creek?
Yes. Have I watched it? No.
Have you ever heard of another little series of movies called Scream?
Why, Jackie?
I know.
That's my favorite movie of all time.
I know, and I'm sitting there watching the scene that says Kevin Williamson, creator of Dawson's Creek and Scream.
Speaking of slashers, I know that you have a point here, but I need to tell you this because
That is my point.
You asked me earlier if I had watched a movie this weekend.
Yes.
I did watch a movie. Do you want to know what it was?
Scream 5.
Sleepaway Camp. Ever heard of it?
Vaguely.
It's like a really not good slasher film from the 80s. And at the end, it has a super weird twist. Like, all these kids are at this camp. People keep dying. And then at the very end, spoiler alert, if you've never seen it, turn this off.
If you're planning on seeing Sleepaway Camp,
don't
fast
continue
forward.
watching. The twist at the end is that the star of the movie, she's a girl, is revealed to be a boy, and he is the killer. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll have to show you the iconic picture.
Want to know this. Out of all the zillion of movies,
Why
would you pick Sleepaway Camp?
Me and one of my friends love to watch summer slasher films during the summer.
Are we talking about Carmen?
Different friend.
Different friend.
We got milkshakes and we watched this movie together. We did this last year. We did it with a different slasher film. And now we did it this year. And it was a terrible movie.
Hey, Google, what's a trashy slasher film to watch?
Pretty much, but we get it from TikTok instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, TikTok.
Hey, TikTok. What slasher film? You know, summer slasher films are a big deal. It's like a thing. Did you know that?
No. But I know that there are so many horror films out there right now. And I took poor Terry,
your wife,
drug her to see 28 Years Later, which is a zombie movie.
Oh, she didn't like that, did she?
It is 120 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And Terry takes a blanket in and covers her head so she won't have to see it.
That's fair.
I'm sitting there and she's looking at her Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, zombies aren't for everybody.
And every once in a while she'll kind of pop her head up to see what's going on, and then
get back under. Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt. You were going somewhere with that.
But anyway, this series called The Waterfront is by Kevin Williamson.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite streaming series of the year.
Really?
Yeah, because every episode ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, is it mystery show?
It's about a very prominent family who lives in a coastal town in North Carolina, and they run a fishery.
Okay.
And they also, the husband's kind of in charge of the fishery. The wife is in charge of a restaurant that they have. And their son, they have a son and a daughter. The daughter had drug problems. She was married and had a son, but she's like kind of lost custody of him because of her addiction. Then there's the son who works with the father on the fishing trade, and the grandfather, who helped establish him, had been involved in drug trade.
Oh.
And he was killed off before the series starts.
Okay.
Because he got involved with the wrong people.
Yeah, that'll happen.
When the series starts off, it looks like just family, whatever. And then you find out that they've gotten hooked into the drug trade again. And they get some really bad people.
Isn't that kind of what Ozark is about?
Somebody said it is Ozark on the ocean.
On the ocean. Yeah, I never watched Ozark.
I loved Ozark.
Maybe 2 episodes, maybe like way back during COVID times, and I never finished it.
Well, the great thing is the sister is played by, I probably won't get her name, but Melissa Benoit.
I don't know.
She plays Supergirl. And she was also on but anyway, she was on Glee.
Okay.
I think it's Benoit. But she is such a good actress in this thing.
What's it on? What streaming platform? Out of the millions of streaming platforms. I'm thinking Amazon. Okay.
But I could be wrong. It could be Netflix.
Okay. One of the 2.
Yeah. Well, no. Because I've got a ton of them,
You have all of them.
But every episode, I think it's like 8 episodes in all. And I would think, okay, I'm going to watch one more episode. And then you get to the end and it would be,
one more.
and here comes the killer. Oh, I got to watch the next one.
So you binge the whole 8
I would do
episodes?
the whole thing.
Wow.
I went right through it.
We need to know like your daily schedule. Like how do you manage to read a book, watch all these movies, watch these TV shows, and still get a review up?
Let me tell you what I do for books.
All right.
Because this is crazy. But I get a book, like I got The Tenant, which is the book that I'm reading this week by Frida McFadden, who's really a twisty writer. I get the book, and I look to see how many pages it is. And then I count how many days I have until I have to send it to you for Writer's Wednesday.
Right.
And I divide the number of pages
by the number of days.
So that means the minimum number of pages I can read is the number that's...
So what does it typically average out to be? How many pages a day?
Well, it starts out, but I always read ahead, but it starts out being like 50 pages a day.
That's pretty doable.
Yeah. Most books run between 350, 450 pages.
Yeah.
The Tenant is 468 pages.
I wonder how many books you've read in your life.
A lot.
Like 100,000?
Oh, I don't know about that. I started reading. My mother was a reader. My brother was a reader. My brother used to read 3 books at a time.
I knew that.
He'd read a chapter.
Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't do that.
But my mother bought books for us. We didn't just go to the library. She would buy books for the house because my brother and I were both good readers.
Because you started reading at a super young, like you started reading a lot, right? At a super young age?
I was probably in grammar school and started reading the Hardy Boys and things
that's
like that. But then I read James Michener. I can't think of the big authors that were there, but I remember James Michener. And if you ever get a chance, he's really good.
When I have the time.
Yeah. But
we should tell them as they're watching this, I'm preparing to go to the beach where I'm going to read my one book for the year, and I've settled on one Golden Summer.
Let me tell you, Amber, I swear to you, I went to the Barnes & Noble bestseller list thinking, I'll get some suggestions for Amber. What is like number 51?
The Silent Patient.
Yes.
Read it, Jackie.
I'm serious. I
Read
looked
it
at
so
it and
we
I
can
thought,
discuss.
that book has been out for years and it's still on the bestseller
That
list.
means that you have to read it. That's what that means.
What is it about?
I can't tell you.
Oh.
It's about a silent patient. Yeah.
It doesn't say anything?
Yes.
But I'm going to have to read it because it's like an
I
omen.
have it.
It keeps flashing up.
Next time I see you,
Flashing up.
in 2
Flashing
weeks,
up.
I'm bringing it. So just schedule it into your agenda for me.
Let's see, I'll get it and then I'll say, how many days do I have to read this? And
If
then,
I can read it in 2 days, you can read it in like 30 minutes. You got it.
you said once you started,
I could not
you
put it
plowed
down.
right through it.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Telling you. It could just be because I never read books that I think it's that good. But if it's been on the bestseller list for years, then it's got to be pretty good.
But One Golden Summer, which is what you were hoping to read.
Yes, by Carly Fortune.
Carly Fortune. It is just a summer book read. I can just see you at the beach
I can't wait.
with your feet stuck in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go in too far because I hear there's sharks
Yeah,
on
I
the
won't.
coast of Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, but you're going to Panama City.
I'll be in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
can't wait.
Yeah. Now, have y'all got a house rented?
We will be in a condo on the beach.
Mhm. I
And
love the condos at Panama City.
they're nice. And we'll just spend all the time out there on the beach. And we're going to actually run to my favorite coffee shop in the mornings.
Because when we're at the beach, we used to go to Sean, my youngest son, and his wife. And Sean always goes out and gets coffee every morning.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Every morning, coffee run. But
And
I'm
then he
literally
and
running.
He also goes by some donut place, Dunkin', I guess, and gets donuts.
We go to we'll get donuts sometimes. Yeah. But I'm gonna run to my shop.
I have now gone from, ooh, Amber, I'm so proud of you running, to, ooh, Amber, I'm so concerned about you running because it is so hot.
It is hot here in Georgia. It is blazing hot outside right now. I walked in today to film with Jackie and I was sweating.
She came in the door like,
Yeah, I mean it's just brutal. This is the, if you've been keeping up with the news, you probably know we're in the middle of a heat wave right now. And did you know that?
But why? But I thought it was supposed to be the Northeast that was under the heat wave.
Well, it's made its way down to the south.
But then I know that my son in North Carolina says it has just been crazy hot
Yeah,
in North Carolina.
hot. So
Oh, you ran last night, though, you said.
I did. I ran last night at 9 p.m.
But still, at 9 p.m., it's still muggy hot. And it was a storm last night.
It was storming all night long. The thunder was so
And the
consistent.
thunder rolls.
And we had a lightning storm, basically.
Did we really?
Yes, we had lightning
I just heard
everywhere.
the thunder.
And we had that because it was so hot yesterday. Yesterday was like the hottest day in like decades in our area.
I did not know that.
Yeah, brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got out there, my crazy self, and I ran.
Yeah, Walker and I do the deep dive thing where we talk about movies, but I always think it was the funny thing. I went to see Elio, which is a Pixar animation movie. And I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking, why is this all familiar? And because I hadn't seen the movie. And let me just give you a sketch to see if you can guess why it was familiar to me.
All right.
Okay. It was about a young person
Okay.
who lived with their aunt,
Okay.
and then through some situation she gets transported, or he gets transported to a magical place
Okay.
that is ruled by a really fierce warlord.
Okay.
And he develops friends, and he's so happy because he wasn't happy on Earth, and he thinks this is a really happy place. And he makes friends, and then he finds out that the warlord is just an outer shell, and inside it's really just a nice, sweet person. And he also comes to learn that there is no place like home, and he wants to go home.
It's giving like Wizard of Oz.
It is the Wizard of Oz. It is the Wizard of Oz.
How did they get away with making a movie based
Is that not the Wizard of Oz?
That's what it sounds like to me.
And I am telling you the story of Elio.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds just like.
I'm just sitting there. I'm thinking, well, I guess the next thing you know, then they're going to find out the bad guy's really a good guy.
And he was.
There it was, and then he's like, "Oh, I just want to go home."
Yeah.
When he'd been wanting to be on all this stuff.
Took a page right out of
I'm
the Wizard of Oz.
serious.
Where's the originality?
And who said, "Oh, we've got a new story for you, Pixar"?
We've never told this one before.
We've never told this one before. It was like a lightning bolt and just struck me, and I came up with this.
Amazing idea.
I mean, it was like dump.
Yeah, I don't know who signed off on that.
I don't either. I do not.
I don't know.
I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't talk about this. But I never talk politics. Don't do that.
Oh boy.
No. But I watch. I'm like a political junkie. I watch all the news broadcasts. I watch Fox. I watch MSNBC. I watch NBC, CBS, ABC. The whole thing. I watch them. Fox.
Oh boy.
Has got a new reporter named Aisha Hosni.
Okay.
If any of y'all out there know, she is drop dead gorgeous.
Jackie, I don't watch.
Let me tell you, Amber, she is drop dead gorgeous.
I'll have to look her up.
And Terry will come in and say, "Are you watching Fox again?"
Just to watch that girl. I get my news from like Twitter.
That just amazes me.
But
I was talking to my son the other day, my own Sean, my second, my youngest son. And then he was saying he gets his all from Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, but we don't like get it from like random people. I would assume he doesn't either. We get it from reputable sources. I go see what's trending, and then I'll look on like different networks accounts for additional information.
All right, but okay, as we're talking, there's been the bombing of Iran. Do you keep up with all that stuff?
I do. I try not to let it overtake my daily life because I will get consumed with it, and that nothing good ever comes from that. But I do keep up, and I'm like current on world politics.
But you're also, and again, we're not going to get into any kind of politics things, but you're a city employee.
I am.
So you've got all the city politics.
I'm just surrounded by politics.
You
aren't
are.
I just live in that world. All the
Sweet
time.
little Amber house, just
Sweet little
surrounded by
just
politics.
surrounded by politics at all times. Ugh. Will I crumble under the pressure? Maybe.
I want to say one last thing before we go is I do love reading comments. You know how I do.
Yes.
And somebody wrote the other day and said, "I have been following you since the PewDiePie days." And, I said, and I dropped off and didn't watch, and then you popped back up. And, and said, "I just want you to know, I've been following you. Hello from the Bavarian Alps."
Wow.
I just thought that was so
far
great.
away. We have people all over the world.
In the Bavarian Alps, somebody in the Bavarian Alps
is watching you.
Is watching.
That's crazy.
Us. Because I think it was on Tell All Tuesday that they did.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
But it's just amazing.
Well, if you're watching this one.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. That's crazy. That's so far away.
Yes, it is. It is.
We're just right here.
So, anyway. You're going to be gone.
I'll be gone next week. You guys won't see me next week.
You're going to see.
I'll be back.
You're going to see Walker.
Yeah, Walker's going to fill in for me.
Walker's going to fill in for you.
Yeah, our big team that we have now.
Just such a good team.
Such a good team.
Just a good team.
Good team. Love it.
Loads of fun. Yeah. And we like that y'all all are included in it too.
True.
But this has been JackieKCooper with
Amber Howell.
And this has been Tell All Tuesday.